All right, well, welcome back, everybody. It's Mr. Ormsby. We're back with our second PowerPoint in this unit on Greek culture. Today, we will be doing, as you see, Athens. If I can get back to the beginning. There we go. There's our music video parody, which, of course, I'm not going to play for you today because we don't have time for that. So let's get right back to our ed puzzles. We welcome everybody from sixth grade, team 7, 8, and 9. Good luck on your ed puzzle today. Okay, here we go. Athens. We do have a video link of exploring Athens. It's a really beautiful, pretty video. It's definitely worth checking out to get some of the visuals of the area. So it's not very long. Okay, Athens is located northeast of Peloponnesus on Attica. It was founded by the descendants of the Mycenaeans, and it was named after the goddess Athena. It is the largest city-state. Attica had valuable resources of gold, lead, and marble, which was not the case for all city-states. As we mentioned, resources were not as plentiful in Greece as in other parts of Europe. While Sparta was well known for their army, Athens was well known for their strong navy. So they were very concerned with controlling the waterway and help controlling the trade. So who lived in Athens? Well, many people did. First, we have the Athenians, which were born in Athens to Athenian parents. Second, we have the metics. These are free foreigners, usually artisans, merchants. They are not slaves, but they are free people that have moved to Athens later in life. And then, of course, our third group, we have slaves, which are just as you expect. They are slaves. They're working in the fields, they're working in the mines. They're doing some of the jobs that most free men did not want to do. Now, life as an Athenian was very unique. As we talked about Sparta yesterday, an Athenian boy, a week after being born, boys received a name and officially became a citizen. All boys were expected to be educated since they would hold public office. And some of the wealthy families hired private tutors, while other families paid a small fee for their son to attend the public school. So there's a lot of pressure on an Athenian boy. Now, as they got older, we'll see more pressures. Now, females, however, did not receive a formal education. Instead, they learned how to perform household duties, so-called domestic activities. Females were not citizens, therefore had very few political rights. As we've seen throughout our studies this year, many societies, women were definitely subjugated and oppressed in many ways as far as their freedoms and what they were allowed to do. Now, with the boys, they attended school from the age of 7 to 18. Remember, 7 is when the Spartan boys went off to their military school. From 18 to 20, these male citizens would serve 2 years of military service. This is part of your obligation, part of your requirements as a citizen. And in school, the boys use Homer's Iliad and Odyssey to learn rhetoric, which is the art of public speaking, because all citizens need to be able to explain their beliefs and reasonings. Because remember, when these boys served office and they would have their meetings, they would be speaking out loud and they would be debating these topics in a public forum. So they had to be well spoken and be able to convince people to follow them and follow their beliefs. Now, in this slide, we do have 2 links to videos down here you see. One is the science behind the Odyssey, and the other is everything you need to know about the Odyssey. These are very short videos. I will not play them here today as we have covered the Odyssey a week or so ago. Now, as we continue about Homer's Iliad and Odyssey, the Iliad tells us a tale of the Trojan War, as we've discussed. The Odyssey tells the tale of Odysseus' 10-year journey home to Ithaca after the fall of Troy. Democracy. Well, many of our democratic principles can be traced back to Athens. So we can owe a thanks to Athens for our concept of democracy. A democracy is a government where the power lays in the hands of the citizens, which is a wonderful concept. Unfortunately, not everyone in Athens were citizens. In Athens, the city citizen was usually an Athenian male who owned land, which we're seeing as a very common thread. Male, landowner, maybe born in that area to become a citizen, a very universal thread for citizenship. But this does vary from city-state to city-state. However, the definition of who is considered a citizen changed throughout the history of Athens. All Athenian citizens were qualified for public office. So if you had that citizenship right, you could be elected into public office anytime. And we have a great video about how the democracy in Athens worked here. This video is very nice. I would recommend you watching this. Now, instead of holding elections for public office, the Athenians used a lottery system where all systems had an equal right to be chosen. As Athens' democracy evolved, they were sometimes ruled by tyrants. Well, what is a tyrant? Well, in Greek history, a tyrant ruler was not necessarily a bad thing. It just meant that the person was the sole ruler, the one and only. The meaning of the word will eventually change to represent a person who is cruel and oppressive, which is the definition of a tyrant that we know today. All right, and that sums us up. Nice short slide presentation today, guys. Hope you did an excellent job on your Ed puzzle. Remember to go back and get your notes highlighted in green. You are allowed to use your notes and your note sheet we gave you on the test. So we wish you good luck today, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.